Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 5. Thank you once again for taking the time to listen. It's now day 3. It's almost 1 a.m. on the Saturday morning and I'm now on the delivery unit. All of our belongings are still on the ward because I was rushed over. As I'm transferring from my wheelchair to my bed, the pain is excruciating. My bleeding has stopped once again. Meanwhile, there are several people discussing my care and unfortunately my pain is keeping me distracted. They eventually took bloods and a cannula was sited. They began an infusion to manage the bleeding. Within minutes, my pain returned with vengeance. The same pain that made me feel unable to breathe and caused my chest to feel extremely tight and painfully painful to inhale and exhale. The infusion was temporarily stopped as they suspected a potential reaction. Eventually, my pain subsided and the infusion was resumed. The registrar wants to examine me again, as she couldn't explain why she was feeling bulging membranes on the last examination. I've been moved to the delivery bed where they can effectively examine me. I asked if I could use the gas in there to relieve the pain. This is the first time I'm put into lithotomy and my third vaginal examination. It's only 3 days since my cesarean and I am feeling nervous, anxious, in pain and very tired. This was the first time I thought, what is happening to me? What is happening to my body? Am I going to make it out of here? At the time, I was so desperate for relief that I used the gas in it to the point I felt sure I was about to encounter God. The pain physically and emotionally was unbearable, and I just wanted it to end. The registrar performed a vaginal examination and confirmed her initial assessment. She appeared confused and left the room to speak to the on-call consultant. The plan was made to have the consultant review me in the morning. They will also perform a transvaginal ultrasound to provide a more detailed understanding of the findings. I was then informed that a CT scan had been ordered. At around 3 a.m, I was taken for the CT scan. When we arrived, I needed to be transferred from the hospital bed to the scanner bed, a process that again took about 10 to 15 minutes due to the severe pain I was experiencing. I was eventually given an iodine-based liquid that was administered through my cannula. This helps highlight specific areas of the body such as organs, blood, vessel and tissue, making them appear clearer on the scan images. This then makes it easier for a radiologist to diagnose medical conditions. Unfortunately, I reacted to the liquid, becoming dizzy and starting to vomit. Thankfully, the CT images were already obtained. I was taken back to my room on the delivery unit. I remember feeling so fed up with everything at that point. All I wanted to do was go home and enjoy the new additions to our family. This was also the first time we had been away from our firstborn for this long. That was emotionally challenging. The morning handover was lovely. It was good to have a lovely midwife and the student midwife who had been following me throughout my pregnancy. I needed to use the toilet and wanted to take a shower before the consultant's review. As soon as I began moving again, the pain intensified. As I finally got to my feet, I had the most undignified moment of my life. I lost bladder control because of the pain. I stood there crying as I was weaning myself. I felt so embarrassed. The midwife and student midwife showed me compassion and helped me to the shower and cleaned up after me. I couldn't stop crying because of what had just happened. So many things were running through my head and I couldn't quite make sense of any of it. From that point on, I kept a bedpan ready as I could no longer control my bladder when getting up due to the severe pain I was in.